something or somewhere can happen. So there is top security, the hotels are perfect, the team bus is really nicely done for the players, you know, having a television in and all. So this is something different experience for me compared to what I've seen in the past in the I-League and local tournaments.
Francis, a very far cry and a dream sort of things that you must be hearing now compared to your days as a football player.
In fact, when I went from Dempos to Mohun Bagan, the scenario was totally different.
Which year was that?
That was in '79. Of course, you can't compare the facilities that these players are getting today and what we have received. But then the scene was different in Calcutta and in Goa. You know, what made me even better, like what Denzel is just speaking, is it changes your mindset. You see, once you start getting all these facilities and the professionalism in you comes out, you see the attitude changes. You know, your preparation for the matches and your for the game totally changes. You become a different personality altogether, and that is very important. I mean, when I remember some of our coaches wouldn't allow us to talk even in the dressing room because it sort of disturbs your concentration and all stuff. But here, you know, nobody will keep on telling you as a professional player what you have not to do and what you have to do. I mean, that is what is different here in this ISL and probably the I-League, because I don't know how this scenario is there in this I-League. But it is very important to develop this mindset of the players to enhance their performance.
Right. Now, Denzel is one of the few Indian players who have now experienced ISLs, but there are so many other Indian players who are not released for the ISL. So, who do you think will now be better players, better technical players now for India?
That's an interesting question, Neeraj. I think it's now going to be the internal battle between the ISL players and the I-League players.
Good for Indian football.
Good, very healthy for Indian football. I mean, the I-League players, the onus is on them now to prove that they are not even lesser than the ISL players for not participating in the ISL, and it'll be on them now to prove that if they are not equally good, even much better than the ISL players. And we have some very good players in Salgaonkars and Bengaluru who are good players and quite capable of putting on a good show.
Right.
And I think that is very healthy for Indian football and for the player himself, because unless you have some motivational demand, I mean, you cannot enhance your performance. And I think, you know, these players will be proving to the football fans that if not they are equally good, they are even better.
Playing under the likes of coaches who have coached in kind of English Premier League setups and type of coach, Zico is a world legend. So, how much tactically the players improves? How much does his gaming intelligence improves playing under such coaches?
See, whatever the tactics the coaches have, you see, it is very important for you to be technically able to satisfy the tactical demands. You see, and it may not be a criticism of sort for me to mention some of our Goan players or Indian players. You know, they have shown us the performance that they can come up to a certain level. But I think to get even higher and better, I mean, they require to do their technical work more seriously and, you know, more efficiently, more professionally.
Right. Denzel, you feel that you are, of course, your season was ruined, most of it by the injury. But a player who has gone through the entire ISL, do you think that Indian player will be much more technically better than the other players?
Definitely. They will be carrying some good positives from this tournament to play in the I-League now. And I feel it's going to be really working great wonders for Indian football.
Also looking at it in the other way around, now you have the Federation Cup and I-League, but those who have featured in the ISL, wouldn't they feel a bit of a physical endurance, a bit of a stretch in that side of their game?
As I said in the earlier that it's very hectic for the players. It's fatigue because you've been playing matches in and out in 1 week's time. Like you play 3 matches in 1 week's time. That's very difficult for a player to adjust and play next match.
Yeah,
it's going to be very tiring for the players. It all depends on the clubs now. If they want better performance from the players who have come from ISL, to give them the needed rest. Especially in the Federation Cup or whatever, because they need to really rotate these players in a nicer, better way now, because they are very, very tired. Most of them who have played in the ISL.
Right. Francis, this gives us another angle which stresses on their fitness, the way their physical conditioning needs to be. Now it's another new tournament that has come in the Indian football calendar. So the Indian players now need to be more physically fitter, more stronger players to last the whole season.
I mean, every I-League team will want a fit player to participate for them now.
So they got to work hard.
It's left up to the player themselves and the club to coordinate with each other, and then means of recovery. What best means of recovery they can implement for these ISL players, so that they can get the best out of them for this tournament.
Right. We have seen this tournament, and there are some players that have impressed us. Who are the players that you would say have excelled, or they have performed better than your expectation?
No, I think I have seen some of the boys who are in their 20s who have done remarkably well. Let's take the case of Romeo, Mandar, then Jignesh and Jigan. Jingan is there. And then I also have seen Sahani from Athletic Madrid, but he is in his late 20s, but is more of a workaholic, and he made a lot of difference for the Atletico Calcutta for the tournament. So we have seen some good players coming up. In fact, Romeo has been the find of the tournament, but experience will teach him a lot of things.
Right.
Like a simple example, I will tell you that in the semi-final match, I saw him on the right flank, and I saw the ball entering in the penalty area, and that was a chance he has missed. He was ball watching for some time. He never came earlier. In fact, he hit the side netting when he intercepted the ball.
Yes.
But if he had read the situation a little earlier, maybe he would have been in a better position to strike the ball. I mean, that is where he has to anticipate and read the game, even when you don't have the ball with you. And that is going to come with experience, and that will make him a better player.
But the way that he has disclosed his talent, I have heard that he has an offer from a Brazilian club. So it's a good beginning for our Goan players that the foreign clubs are noticing the talents.
It's very good. It's very good that they have discovered the talent in him. But it's also very important for the player to keep his head cool, because this sort of offers, and the fans, they lift you so high that it's difficult to maintain yourself. And one aspect a player should learn is how to keep his cool and take the praises very, very sportingly and keep his head on his shoulders.
Right. Denzil, who has impressed you the most?
Definitely, Romeo has been very impressive. The very fact that he's been picked up by a Brazilian club, that's something good for Indian football and Goan football in particular. It's a proud moment for Goan especially. He's, I have been watching him from day one, since the day I have been following Goan football as well, Goan team as well, and Romeo was very impressive. Then goes Mandar Desai, who has been also impressive for me. Sandesh Jingan from Kerala Blasters has been.
He's a right back, isn't he?
He normally plays stopper, but most of the tournament he's played on the right wing. And then in patches, Milagres from Goa for Kerala has been doing good for the Kerala Blasters.
Kevin Lobo, he was good here.
Kevin Lobo has been my teammates. This boy is a very talented guy. I have played with him in Sporting Club de Goa a few years back. I think that was in 2010. And he's a very nice, very good player. And the only thing was he was not given I won't say an opportunity, but he didn't have that privilege of playing in the first team in the first initial matches. But when he played against FC Goa, that was his first match in the tournament.
Yes, and he scored
and he
two
did
goals.
it in style. He did it in style. It was really nice to come back home and score against your home crowd and.
Most of the Goan players playing for
Exactly.
different franchises have done well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody you think could have done better? Any Goan player you were not exactly
In fact,
happy about?
Denzel has missed an opportunity
Yeah.
with that
Unfortunate
injury of his, yeah.
means.
He was shaping on very well initially when I have seen.
Got the fittest player of the award in the first match, isn't it?
Yeah, that was my first match.
Yes,
that was the
opening match of the tournament.
Exactly.
Right. Now, just halfway in the Indian football season, the Federation Cup and I-League to look up to. Now that we are going to see the serious inter-club rivalry coming back to the fore again. Would there be comparison with the ISL here now?
Obviously, Neeraj, there are always going to be comparisons. I mean, when you see something good, you always want it something to be better than what you have already seen before. And this rivalry is very healthy. I mean, in fact, I don't know if the I-League will be marketed the way the ISL has been marketed.
Right.
That's going to make the first difference for the whole thing. But
It's good, isn't it? Marketing is also essential.
Very, very healthy, very healthy. And in fact, I'm also optimistic that I-League standards will go up.
Right. We hope for that. And Denzel, when we do see you playing next, and your club future is yet to be sorted out, so what can we expect on your footballing side?
As of for now, I'm just concentrating on my rehab, which has already been started. There are talks of Atletico Kolkata sending me to Madrid to do the rehab for the next 2 months. I have been in talks with them, so let me see what happens the best. But till February, I'm out of football, just trying to get myself fit, and I won't push much on this because I want to get fit 101% and then get on the field. So till then, it's a rest time for me.
All our wishes are with you, Denzel, and hope you get fit very soon.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for coming to our studio and taking part in this discussion on ISL.
Thank you so much.
So that brings us to the end of this discussion, the analytical part of the overall experience of the ISL, which has of course been very entertaining, and half of the Indian footballing season has been done and half is there for us to follow it and back it up as much as we did with the ISL. And of course there's a small matter of naming the naming the coach of the Indian national football team. So everything to be looked forward to, a promising future is on the anvil, and of course we are heading into the new year. So season's greetings to you once again. Have a really good festive time. Enjoy, take care, and keep watching Prudent Media. Goodbye.